What's up, it's Austin Rutherford. This is a way that you can own rental properties with none of your own money. And it's okay, because I didn't believe it either until I saw this broken down to me. So for you to get a free house, if you could smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, I'm trying to get this to 200 likes. So if you could hit that like button, it'd be greatly appreciated. The strategy is called the BRRRR method, not the BRRRR method, but the BRRRR method. Buy, B is buy, R is rehab, R is rent, R is refinance, R is repeat. So buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. And we're gonna break down what each of those mean in this videos, and then I'm gonna give you real numbers behind them, and then I'm gonna show you how you can get money, because like I said, you don't need your money, how you can get other people's money to fund this deal right here in this video. So buy is the first one. You buy a property using other people's money. So what that means is you raise money from a private money lender to fund 100% of the purchase. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna talk all about private money lenders, so stick around. But buy the property with other people's money, and then R is rehab. Rehab the property with other people's money. So if it's a $100,000 purchase and a $50,000 rehab, you need $150,000 for this deal. You borrow $150,000 from a private money lender. They give you 150 grand to buy and renovate the property using none of your own money. And then the third R is once it's renovated, you rent the property out. A lot of people way overcomplicate this. They're like, well, where do I get tenants? How do I know if somebody wants to rent the property? We have a massive housing shortage right now. There's more people looking to rent than there are houses available. So just list the property on Craigslist and Zillow. Really, Zillow is what you need, because that's where majority of the rentals come from. So list it on Zillow and everybody will see it, and then you'll get blown up with people trying to rent the property. So you need to rent the property out to a high paying tenant to then pay you rent every single month. After that, it's called refinance. So you need to refinance this property with a bank. So what does that mean? Remember, you borrowed $150,000 to fund this deal. You're paying them, let's say 10% interest a year, very high interest rate. So once it's stabilized, meaning that it's renovated and rented, now it's a stabilized property, making money every single month right now, you can take it to a bank to refinance it. When you refinance it, the bank will give you a new loan on the property. So they'll give you a new loan at like 3, 4, 5% interest. You take that loan that they give you to pay off your initial lender, and now you have an asset that you have none of your own money into, you own, and your tenants pay you rent, and then you pay your mortgage. So refinancing is paying off the lender and then owning the property. And then the last R is repeat. If you could own a house with none of your own money and make money every single month in cash flow, why don't you repeat the process as many times as possible? So that's what the BRRRR and BRRRR stands for. So this is the overall strategy, but let's talk like specific numbers. So you buy a house for 100 grand. So you borrow $100,000 from a private money lender to buy the property. Then you need to renovate the property. Let's say the rehab is $35,000. So you borrow another $35,000 from a private money lender. Then you do the renovation and then you rent it out to a tenant. So the rent is $1,300 a month is what they're paying you to rent the property. Then you refinance this with a bank. So a bank will give you 75% of the new value of the home. So let's say this property comes back at a new value of $195,000. So they'll give you 75% of that as a loan, which this means that the bank will give you $146,250. So the refi, they'll give you $146,250 back when you refinance this property. So you're all in for $135,000, and then the bank gives you $146,000. You now own this property with none of your own money. Now there are some other costs like soft costs, and what this means is you'll have some closing costs involved to refinance it with the bank. That'll cost like $3,000 to $5,000 in closing costs. Then you have to pay your lender interest for giving you the money in the first place. So you'll have another like $3,000 to $10,000 in interest payments to your lender. So like I said, you're in for $135,000. They give you back $146,000, meaning you have $11,000 left over, which means that'll cover the additional closing costs and the interest that you have to pay your lender. So like I said, you literally own this property with none of your own money. So let's say past that, now you own the property, but now you have to make money every month. So when you refinance it with a bank, let's say your mortgage is $900 a month. So you pay $900 a month to own that property. Rent is $1,300 a month. So you're bringing in $1,300, you're paying out $900, meaning you're making a monthly profit of $400 in profit on top of getting the free house. This is an absolute no-brainer. Now that sounds great, but Austin, wait a minute. You said I could do this without any of my money. I did. So there's 3 ways to get this property financed. So you can have $135,000 in cash sitting in the bank, which I know I didn't have that. So that's probably out for most of us. 2, you can use a hard money lender to fund the property. So you can Google like your city hard money lenders, and there's tons of hard money lenders out there. They're in the business of lending you money. The problem with that is though, that they're gonna do background checks, they're gonna do credit checks, they're gonna require that you have some money as a down payment on the property. They're gonna require that you front the rehab and then get reimbursed the expenses. You're gonna have a lot of money out of pocket with hard money lenders, and I agree, a lot of us don't have money when starting out. And the third option is private money lenders. This is the absolute game changer. You cannot Google these people. They're not Googleable. They're private for a reason. So you actually have to go out there and you have to meet these private money lenders and build your own relationships, because that's how they're gonna trust you to lend you money on the deal in the first place. But the beautiful thing is they lend 100% of the deal. So if you need 100 grand, they're giving you 100 grand. If you need 500 grand, they're giving you 500 grand. They're not looking at your debt to income ratio. They're not looking at your tax returns. They don't even pull credit checks or background checks on you. So it doesn't matter what's happened in the past in your life. And you can pay them, let's say 8, 10, 12% interest. So everyone's always like, well, why would they lend me money? Because you're paying them an amazing return on their investment that they can't get anywhere else. So let's run this back again. You borrow money from somebody, you pay them an amazing interest rate. That money allows you to own a property with none of your own money, and you cash flow every single month. Cash flow means you make money every single month. You have positive income every single month. So it's literally a win-win-win-win. They make money, you get a free house, you make monthly cash flow. What's there not to like about this strategy? And I know it sounds impossible to get money from these so-called, invisible private money lenders out there. I know, I've heard that 100 times before. I've been able to raise over $20 million to fund all of my real estate deals. So it's not as difficult as most people make it out to be. So if you actually click this link here, it has an entire video that I talk about just how to raise money from private money lenders to fund all of your deals. So that's the BRRRR method. You can buy properties and then refinance that out of them as long as you're all in for less than 75%. So if it's worth 200 grand, you need to be in for less than 150 because the bank will refi you at 75% loan to value. So if you're in for less than 150, you literally own a property without using any of your money. And by the way, all strategic investors do it this way. The big dogs that own thousands of units, they do this same exact thing. So you just got put onto the game. So make sure you smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Really want this video to go viral. Just please smash that button for me. Drop a comment below if anything didn't make sense. I'll definitely jump back on here and clarify that for you, and or just make a whole nother video on it. And make sure you hit that subscribe and notification bell. Appreciate you being here. We'll see you on the next one.